Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Chantel and today I'm doing another collaboration with Danny from Wizardry Workshop. I will leave his link to this collaboration video in the description box below. Because it is Mermaid, we decided to do two potion bottles or two potion bottle ingredients. I went with two potion bottles. There is something inside them, but can you call them ingredients? I'm not quite sure. So I'm making a mermaid one with Mermaid Tears and a siren one with a siren song. I think we said mermaid skills, but mine kind of turned into Mermaid Tears. I don't think it matters that much. For these potion bottles, I tried to stick with the same principle for both potion bottles, which kind of means that I'm using similar things to decorate them, but they turn out completely the opposite of each other. So here you can see what I kind of gathered in my craft room and what I want to use. I am going to start with some Sculpey, some silver Sculpey for this mermaid one, because the purple potion bottle is going to be the mermaid one. And this is silver and shimmery. It doesn't really show up though when it's baked. I think silver paint still does a little bit better. Anyway, it's a good base to start with. So I have these silicone molds and I'm just going to press the polymer clay in there. And it's heat resistant as well. So if you wanted to use this and put it in the oven, you could. I just blasted with my hairdryer so it kind of sets. And it comes out like this. And then I can attach it to the potion bottle with some liquid Sculpey. And then in the end, I will bake it all in the oven to set it properly. And because I partially set it with a hairdryer, I can press down the clay onto the potion bottle. It is still kind of pliable, but not as pliable as uncured clay, so my fingerprints won't show up in the clay when pressing it down. And just continuing that process for more elements of the potion bottle. Now that this one is done, I can bake it in the oven, and I think before I do that, I'm going to continue with the other one so they can both go in the oven at the same time. So for this one, I'm going to use gold clay, like you can see here. This is also Sculpey, and after baking, it looks like this. The first thing I'm going to do to color these potion bottles is put a quick shade over them. This will tone them down as well as give them shading in the deeper parts, and it's basically just a brush on and let dry. This is by the Army Painter, and for this one I'm using a purple, and for the green bottle I'm using a green. If you're wondering what products I'm using, I will leave everything in the description down below so you can buy your own. These are affiliate links which give me a little bit of extra money to keep going, and it won't cost anything for you. After that initial layer of paint has dried, I'm going in with some color shift metallic paint to give it that mermaid look and feel. Because the gold was not as gold in the clay as I wanted it to be, I'm going over with a sponge with some gold paint and bring out those elements a little bit more. And then I go over with that green shading. Going back and forth a little bit between these two potion bottles because one is drying and then I'm working on the other one. So here I'm going to add some pearls to the entire potion bottle because, you know, mermaids, ocean, pearls, why not? So I'm adding a lot of these pearls. These come in these glue strips, but I'm just taking off the little pearls, the individual pearls, and putting them on the bottle. I'm scraping off a little bit of the erased elements, and that's where I'm putting the pearls on top of. Just gluing them down with some wood glue Why wood glue? Because this is a perfect glue to bond absolutely everything together. I use it in paper crafts, in clay, in all my minis, and it's just one of the perfect glues to use. Then I thought it wasn't silver enough, so I'm just going in with dabbing on some silver here and there. Now that the base is done, I'm going to elevate this potion bottle even more by adding some shells and more decorations. So these are bits of shell that I found on the Australian beach here. I usually just find these little chips and they are perfect for crafts like this. Then I have this creepy cloth from Halloween. And this basically looks like a net. So I cut off a little bit of that. Drape it over the potion bottle and let it sit there. I do glue it in place so it stays in place. But yeah, it looks like a net. And then after this is stuck on, I'm going to decorate it even more. Just gluing that down with some wood glue again. This is Gorilla wood glue, by the way. And yeah, it stays on the bottle really, really well with this glue. So if you want to try this yourself, I would love to see the results of your potion bottles. They are not hard to make and pretty easy to do with things that you can find at a thrift store, dollar store, etc. Even the shells that I'm using could be bought in a bag at a dollar store as well. The creepy cloth is what I buy during Halloween, and the pearls are year-round findable as well. And I also decorated with some rhinestones then after that. And I fill this bottle with these beads, and this is where I turn my mermaid skills into mermaid tears, because this looks more like drops, I think. So there we have it. These beads, by the way, come from a thrift store, so secondhand as well. The bottle comes from a thrift store as well. And yeah, this is all in all a pretty cheap potion bottle to make. Going back to the Siren Song bottle, I'm darkening up some of the elements because I have a mold with skulls, which you can see 2 of here, and I'm just going to darken the eye sockets and around the skull as well. And then I lost the footage of me trying to put twine around the top of this bottle. But there's twine around the top of this bottle. I attached that with hot glue. And now I'm just burning off the stray bits of twine that you normally get with this twine thread. As with the other bottle, I'm also going to glue on this net. I use Fabri-Tac glue for this one. I don't know why I switched. I could have used wood glue as well, but I'm using this one, and it stayed on pretty well. And then also some hot glue for some of this moss that I'm gluing on. So I did not use this on the mermaid bottle, but I thought it added this creepy vibe to this one. Instead of the pearlescent rhinestones, I have these green ones as well, which are great for this potion bottle. And I'm just going to glue them all over the potion bottle. Then, as with the other one, I'm going to use the shells. They are also on the mermaid one, and so also on this siren one. And just going to basically glue them in where the moss is, so they kind of sit in there and are not on their own. And make it a little bit of a nice cluster where those things gather. I also added this key and a starfish and some more shell decorations all around. And now I'm going to work on the inside of the bottle. I am adding this sand. This is, I think, just craft sand, adding that to the bottom of the potion. And then I'm going to add this water and a little bit of glycerin. It is not necessary, and someone commented on my previous potion bottles that I should use alcohol. The potions that I made 2 years ago are sealed, they are never opened and are perfectly fine. There's no mold, there's no nasties, they are fine. And they still shimmer as like I just made them yesterday, so it's all good. So I'm going to add this lichen. Lichen, yes, green lichen. I had to wash this because this lichen was dark green, and there was a lot of, I think it was just food dye that they dyed that with. So I'm adding that as well, and I added the glycerin so the water moves more slowly when you move the potion bottle, but it's not necessary. Then gluing that cork in place with some hot glue and letting that set before I'm going to add some wax to the top. I wanted to have this skull element in the top as well, so I'm putting some of this wax in the mold. And then, of course, I have to wait for that wax to melt first, and then I can pour it over. I'm doing this in 2 pours. So this is the first pour where I'll just let it drip and let it set. And then in the second pour, I will add the skull to the top. Needed some labels, so I cut out these labels from, or tags really, from my laser cutter and add them to the potion bottles as well. I did paint them before I added them to the potion bottle, the Siren song in this brown and then the mermaid one in silver, because it just joins in nicely with the themes of the bottles. So I hope you enjoyed watching me create this, and I also hope that after this video you will go on to Danny's video. I have no idea at this point what he did, but let's have a look at the final result. And this is it for this video. My favorite is a siren bottle, but that might also be because my favorite color is green. Let me know what your favorite is by leaving a purple or green emoji in the comment section down below. And please don't forget to check out Danny's video too. All my social media can be found in the description box below, and if you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell notification button so you don't miss out on any future videos, and of course become part of the Raven family. Thanks so much for watching, stay safe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!